Welcome to KMNH, Kids Making the News Happen. On this broadcast, artist Jim Tucker shows his artwork in an event on Saturday night that you won't want to miss. Plus, just in time for Halloween, I talked to a local author, Michael Griffith, about his new book titled The Speaking Stone. And keeping with the Halloween theme, Emmy reports on Happen's Pumpkin Party, one of Happen's family traditions, and find out who is Student of the Month at Chase Elementary School. So it's time to stop, watch, and share KMNH, Kids Making the News Happen.
Welcome to KMNH, Kids Making the News Happen.
Artist Jim Tucker will be providing some fun hands-on art activities for the whole family, and I had the chance to catch up with him to learn about his art and his gallery show.
The whole purpose of my work is to try and make connections with people. I very specifically, since moving to Cincinnati, I have been working on a body of work which includes characters which are kind of flora and fauna and symbols from this state as a way to create connection and dialogue with people, and then kind of showing the way that I reimagine them, turning them into characters and making it kind of vignettes and narratives of life that people can hopefully recognize.
Mr. Tucker recently moved to Cincinnati and is already making a splash in the city.
So one of the things that we like to feature when we show artists is people that are willing to kind of push the bar or look beyond just the traditional paradigm of art on a wall. One of the things that we really loved about Jim was that he was willing to kind of push the envelope and push himself really in new technique and new method of art. So the fact that he worked with found materials on his 4 panels was really interesting to us. And then his two-dimensional, I like to call them two-dimensional, three-dimensional pieces, but they're basically like layers of planes illustrating his recent inspiration in Cincinnati. We found that to be really interesting. Plus, his work is really bright and fun and colorful, and we thought that that would be great for this time of year, especially for Halloween when things tend to be a little bit more bold and playful, especially when, you know, we're losing our summer fun, bringing in some fall flavor.
He has a wide range of influences from woodworking to street art, and with a passion to inspire young artists along the way.
The show, which is currently up at Design Collective, the title of it is Introductions, as a way of me kind of introducing myself and my style of work to the city and the people of Northside. And within that work there are a lot of brand new pieces which are about me engaging in conversation with people from Cincinnati and the Ohio area through my use of characters. It represents work that I've been making for many, many years.
He pulls context from his different experiences, and I find that really interesting and fun and important because we are a globe. We're not a single, city or neighborhood, really. It's beyond that, and I feel like his work really shows that in a fun, lighthearted way.
We can't wait to see what Mr. Tucker has planned for the future, and make sure not to miss this event and make some prints with him on Saturday, October 30th.
Closing event will be on October the 30th, and we wanted to make this a very kind of family-friendly event and also kind of really tie into the Halloween theme. So there will be some live interactive art opportunities there for people to come and get the opportunity to do some block printing. I will be creating a big 2x4 block print, and people can come and print whatever portion of that that they want, and that will be done on paper, or it could also be done on t-shirts if people either want to bring their own t-shirts, or we will also have some for sale at the event. There will also be some Halloween activities and apple cider, and hopefully just a great opportunity to kind of build community and engage with people from Northside and the surrounding area around my work and the show itself.
I got to take a trip to one of local author Michael Griffith's favorite places to visit, Spring Grove Cemetery, and he told me all about his new book called The Speaking Stone.
Well, I was writing a novel, and it was not going well at all. I was flailing at it, and so I started playing hooky from it by taking walks in the cemetery. And I had been teaching a class at UC that was about the links between walking and narrative, walking and story. And one of the things in that is there's this guy named John Barth who wrote this thing about he said, we live in an ocean of story, and no matter where you drop your bucket, if you haul it up, it's going to be full of it. And so I thought, well, I'm going to look for story around the cemetery. And so everywhere I went, I would look up stones and see where it led me. And before long, I discovered accidentally I had started writing a book.
And I learned that sometimes a story is right in front of you.
You know, I mean, I was just wandering. I made it my principle of the book that I wasn't going to seek out the stones of the most famous people. I was just going to follow my legs where they carried me.
He also approached research a little differently than you may expect.
In one case, I wrote an essay that was based on a stone that I found when I chased a wild turkey through a hedge and literally stumbled on it. But I wanted accident to be part of it, and so I chose the stones because I looked up names and they led to stories.
You will learn a lot about the cemeteries, and you'll see how the stones really reflect Cincinnati and its history.
It's kind of a love letter to Cincinnati, for one thing, but it's, I mean, there are chapters about all kinds of local Cincinnati oddities.
If you've never been to Spring Grove Cemetery, it's not what you think of when you visit a typical cemetery.
I had thought of cemeteries as just as dead places, but this is a cemetery that's just built into the fabric of living, and so you see every time I come out here, I see people taking wedding pictures, and in the old days, I used to see people riding bikes and skateboarding, and we're actually standing right in front of a place where we used to picnic when my daughter was really small. And in fact, she used to snake through these columns right here of this particular memorial. And I love the idea of the cemetery being not just a place that's a repository of history, but a place that's a living part of the community that you can wander and commune.
So we encourage you to pick up his new book titled The Speaking Stone, and you might just want to read it in one of his favorite places to write, Spring Grove Cemetery.
As a proud graduate of Chase Elementary School, I am very happy to announce the Happen KMNH Student of the Month. Her name is Ayana, and according to her teacher, she is a model student who understands, demonstrates, and follows Chase Paul's expectations. She is consistently kind, polite, and respectful to both students, teachers, and she focuses on doing her work and works cooperatively in a team. Congratulations to Ayana and keep up the good work. Happen is sending a special package to Chase School for Ayana. It includes a gift card, an outstanding achievement certificate from Happen, and an autographed picture of yours truly, KMNH anchor Demylo. Thanks for Northside Community Council for making this award happen.
Happen's family tradition was back last Saturday at the Happen Outside Art and Nature Center, where families got to make their own one-of-a-kind jack-o'-lanterns. The event was free, and also keeping up with the pumpkin party traditions, parents could leave all the stress and mess to Happen because all the pumpkins were cleaned out before the kids started to make their creations. So take a look at some of the pumpkin carved masterpieces. Thanks to Happen volunteer Leslie Brinkley and Happen team volunteer Larkin for making this year's family tradition a big success.
Thanks for watching this broadcast of KMNH, Kids Making the News Happen. And from everyone here at KMNH, we wish you a happy and safe Halloween, and please remember to share this episode of KMNH with your friends and family. And we'll see you back next week.